The proposition is quick to negate the idea that the annual dolphin hunt in Taiji does not have an effect on the population of dolphins in the area. First, the proposition states that the opposition fails to provide evidence that the fishing in Taiji does not destroy the environment by accelerating the extinction of any species. However, I will remind the proposition that this fact is published in the Japan Daily Post article that is referenced in the opening opposition argument. Due to the fact that the evidence is both referenced and cited, the judge should accept it. Next, the proposition attempts to show that there is an evident decrease in the dolphin population due to an increase in the population of jellyfish in the past few years. However, while this may have been useful information in the past, the information was never brought up in the opening argument. I'll remind the proposition that the rules do not permit either side to bring in new information following the opening speech. While these facts may be helpful to the proposition's argument, he does not bring up these ideas regarding an increase in one species due to a decrease in another in the opening argument, nor does he bring these statistics concerning jellyfish to the surface originally. The only idea that was mentioned was that biodiversity may be affected. For this reason, these statistics cannot be counted and must be thrown away. Next, the proposition makes the point that comments made in anonymity should not be counted as evidence. However, this comment was made with regard to the comments made by the United States Ambassador to Japan, Caroline Kennedy, as mentioned in the previous argument. And this was the one comment that was accepted as an official statement by the administration of the United States government. For this reason, the judge should accept this comment. Next, the proposition attempts to negate the idea that the Taiji dolphin hunt assists the Taiji people financially by making four main points that I will address. Yes, the capturing of dolphins incentivizes the Taiji people, but they are not allowed to act on these urges due to the depleting number of fishing permits mentioned in the opening arguments. So while it may be in their best interest to capture more dolphins, they cannot necessarily act on these urges. Along with this, as I mentioned before, the economic driving force is not the slaughtering of these creatures, but it is the capture which enables others to see the beauty of these mammals. The proposition makes the point that dolphinariums do not provide any information about the species and that it is purely done for entertainment. However, just because something may bring an individual entertainment, it does not mean that gaining insight into the anatomy and the capabilities of dolphins does not also bring awareness about the species simultaneously. Finally, the proposition makes the point that I am ignoring the mercury levels of dolphin meat that the people of Taiji are being exposed to. However, I do tackle the issue by mentioning that a majority of the revenue gained is by capturing these dolphins, not slaughtering them for meat, pointing out that the decreasing mercury levels in meat that is becoming less and less available to the public due to a decrease in the availability of the meat itself is negligible. Finally, the moral difference between banning whale hunts in Japan and banning dolphin hunts is that the banning of whale hunts casts these Taiji fishermen into further destitution. However, as mentioned before, the banning of the dolphin hunts would decrease the annual salary of Taiji fishermen below a point of survival, which could even lead to homelessness, starvation, and even death. The proposition claims that I have failed to construct my own argument and that I have not touched on the alternatives proposed in the beginning. However, as I stated in my opening argument, the General Assembly and the United Nations must stay clear of the customs supported by the people of Taiji. A plan to not allow an organization to have an effect on a decision and keep current regulations is a constructive argument in itself. Also, I think the proposition did not interpret my argument in the right way. The ability to prosper based on the existence of other creatures' lives is important for survival. A ban on taking advantage of the creatures of the world with a remedy of an ineffective foreign subsidy would set an unfortunate standard, and soon other regulations may be passed to ban the use of other methods that take advantage of animals to help other individuals survive and prosper. While the Taiji fishermen are few, their livelihood is more important than satisfying the demands of extremists, which cannot be considered justice due to this obvious clash between utilitarianism and human rights evidenced in the proposition's speech.